Community service organizations always need to keep in touch with their base. That goes for everything from donors to volunteers, but there's a new way for those groups to be connected and to keep their followers up to date. It's an app called LetsAllDoGood. To tell us about the initiative are the app's founder, Greg McHale, and from one of the partner groups, the executive director of Boston Partners in Education, Pam Civins. Thank you very much for being with us.
My pleasure.
I want to start with Greg. Before we get into any of the technology here, talk about your involvement with nonprofits and why you want to help them.
So I've been doing this. I've been doing technology for nonprofits for a long time, and it actually goes back to I was on a plane on 9/11. I was CEO of a technology company, and landed in a different state, rented a car and drove home and thought, I'm going to do something different. And I had an idea for an auction platform for nonprofits, and so I founded a company. Then it was called C Market. Today it's Bidding for Good, and it's the largest online auction platform for nonprofits. And the first few nonprofits that ran on it, I discovered if you can help nonprofits do better, it's a wicked cool thing to do every day.
Now it occurs to me, starting with that auction idea, is that means that it's not just restricted to people who can actually make it to the event in real time, and there's another way to reach people who you almost selectively know are really interested.
That's it. So the problem with physical auctions for nonprofits is the bidding pool is limited to the people who attend the event, but somebody couldn't attend because they couldn't get a babysitter or they were traveling. And so the simple idea was build a really easy tool so nonprofits could put their auction online in advance of the event, have people start bidding in advance, sort of rising tide raises all boats, the bids go up, and then you take those bids into the room and the whole auction is better. That was the fundamental idea.
Pam, one challenge you have, and it's the bane of even the best of nonprofits, is you put out something on email or even on social media, it gets lost in the feed, and most of us never see it.
Yeah, it's true. So this is a great way, the app is a great way for us to put something out, and if hopefully somebody signs up for a push notification through the app, they'll hear about it once they connect with Boston Partners in Education on it. So yeah, things just get lost between email, Facebook feeds, Twitter feeds, and we're sending out a lot more information and hoping that people are seeing it. So this is just another way for us to do that.
So what kind of information you want to send out?
Yeah, so we have information for current volunteers about what's happening with their fellow academic mentors. We do blog posts. We can share that via this app, or we share it on other places like Facebook and our website. We have events. We just had our big gala. I would love for more people to know about that. And so that's just another way that we can get that out to the folks out in our community. We're always looking for volunteers. We work with kids in the Boston Public Schools. We support them throughout the academic year. And so it's just another way for us to feed information out. Looking for volunteers who might be in a specific neighborhood that they live in or they travel to every day. And so it's just a great way for us, another mode of communications for us to be reaching our very many constituents.
Greg, I have to confess to a certain amount of fundraising fatigue from looking over my feeds, but one thing I have a great appetite for is news about people who have insights about what's going on in the community. And I guess that's one thing that people using this app can get.
Absolutely. The organizations can publish in news items, event information or volunteering opportunities, and it's what we refer to as rich content. So they can add pictures and videos so it's engaging, and then when you receive it, you can turn around and you can share it on your social graph and tell your friends that you're going to attend this event, or this is a wonderful organization, or add something to your calendar. It pulls out all of that doing of good that's buried in your inbox or buried in your Facebook feed or buried in your Twitter feed and puts it right in front of you. And you decide exactly who you want to see and who you want to engage with.
And I will say, even just coming here today on the T, everybody had their phone out. So it's one thing that everybody has out sometime during the day. And so what we're finding is this is just another way, again, another tool to use to meet people where they're at. So everybody's got their phone. Some people don't want to look at emails all the time, or they're just inundated with spam. And so even though we might be a message that they want to see, it will pass them up sometimes. So this way they'll be able to actually get our message.
Yeah, one thing I've noticed about even overworked volunteers is that if you give them a chance to blog about their experiences or talk about it or even try to recruit more people, they're usually game.
Yeah, no, our best recruiters are people who serve as academic mentors, and we're trying to figure out how to use them better for that. And this is just another way, because they can share information with their friends that we're providing them. And you know, we do features on our academic mentors who are actually doing some wonderful work with our students. And another nice thing about this is we can share video too. We just premiered a great video at our gala about 2 wonderful success stories of some high school students who are now in college and working in the industry that they chose. And so it's just a great way for us to get the word out in a new way. And you know, as a small organization, I don't have the resources to, well, I probably could develop an app, but it's really that support of what you need to be doing to always update those bugs and everything else that happens with an app, and we just don't have that capacity to do right now.
Great. I don't want to burden you with a lengthy laundry list here, but maybe give a sense of some of the other organizations participating in this.
So we launched on Monday with 10 orgs, consequential organizations that are doing great things in Boston. And what I love about it is they're of all sizes and stripes. So Boston Partners in Education, Zoo New England, United Way Mass Bay, the SAM Fund, Medfield Animal Shelter, the Foundation for Metro West, Windrush Farm, Union Capital Boston. I mean, these are organizations that are doing amazing things in the community, and there's big ones and there's small ones, and they all have the same problem. They have a communications problem. And as Pamela just said, everybody's looking at their smartphones. Americans look at their smartphones 8 billion times a day. We go to sleep with them, we wake up with them. They ought to find the causes that matter to them there. And that's
so if people want to get hold of this, put it on the phone, what's the best way to do that?
So we launched on the iPhone first. So just go to the iPhone store, the iOS store, and it's Let's All Do Good, no spaces. We'll be on Android in about 3 months.
And Pam, what about Boston Partners for Education? What's the best way to get into that?
So bostonpartners.org, you can check us there. And then on the app, we're just Boston Partners. You'll see our logo right there. Just press the button.
Hit the little heart so you favorite them.
You favorite us, and then we will be there.
All right, thank you both very much for being with us. Pam Civins from Boston Partners in Education and Greg McHale from Let's All Do Good. We'll have more news in just a moment.